Okay, let's get into the content. This is very important. So, okay, tip number one, expectation versus reality. This is very important because here's how we break it down. I'm going to use a personal experience. So on Wednesday, I went to take my car into the shop. Most of you know about this debacle I had. I posted about it. I took my Honda Civic, which is a really amazing car. I've had her for 6 years, and I got her when she had 18,000 miles on her, and I drove her from Boston to California. So she has like 122,000 miles on her because I drive all the time. I am in LA. But at the same time, I keep her really well maintained. I do maintenance all the time. So when I started overheating on Wednesday, I was like, this is odd and I noticed that coolant was leaking. And I'm like, this is really odd because I keep such good care of my car, and it's a Honda Civic. So I took it to the shop, and they called me and they said, can you come here? And I was like, damn, that's not a good sign. So I went to the shop, and they told me, good news, we know what's wrong. Bad news, we can't fix it. You have to take it to the dealership. It's a recall. This recall is for the entire engine block, y'all. The entire engine block. That's an $8,000 repair. So I went from my car's overheating, fix it and give it back to me, to your car's in the dealership for 2 weeks. And we don't know if you're gonna have to pay for it or not, because we still have to determine whether it falls under the guidelines of the recall. Whoa, okay, my expectation is I always have my car, it's always there for me, and when it's not, what do? Do I just freak out? No, right? Usually I would have. In, let's say, last year, the end of last year, this would have happened. I would have been in complete misery. My whole life would have been ruined. I would have gone on and on and on and on about how terrible it was and how ruined my life was. And so after doing all this transformational work and really thinking, you know what, let's stop and really think about this. What can I do? What's the actual reality? Yes, the expectation in my mind is I have a Honda Civic. I've taken care of it. It should be well running. Like, it shouldn't have this thing. 2 weeks, I can't do this. How am I gonna survive? I don't have enough money to pay for a Lyft every day. I have to do this thing this weekend. All these thoughts. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about, is the thoughts that we are inundated with every single day. So I wrote down this stat that the human mind has 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. This is about 35 to 48 thoughts per minute. So our minds are inundated with thoughts, and this can range from really good to really bad. Like in the dealership situation, it could range from, oh shit, my life is ruined. I don't know what to do. I'm giving up everything. This always happens to me. This is my luck. I can't deal with this. That's the bad side. The good side is, which is I was trying to stay in, is, okay, this is a challenge. How am I going to work with this productively to get what I want out of it? Okay. And so by doing that, by really thinking about it in a, I pushed all the thoughts aside of like, this sucks, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, wait. Let me control my mind right now and think about all of the things I can do as a challenge. Like, how can I make this work for me? Who do I know that can perhaps set me up with rides, that can loan me their car? Can I get a car loan or a loaner car through Honda? Let me look at my rental, let me look at my insurance. So by doing that and thinking about it as a challenge and productively instead of, oh shit, this is my life, it always happens to me. What I did then is I had the control over my thoughts. And so my brain wasn't running rampant with a million thoughts. It went, oh, okay, she's got it under control. She knows what's up. And so everything softens. And everything is allowed to happen when you have that state of mind of, you know what? It's fine. And this is why. And you start going step by step. So you're controlling all those thoughts. So instead of this 35 to 48 thoughts per minute coming into your mind of all the bad things, you're controlling it so that only okay, let's break this down into what we can productively and positively do with this energy. So expectation versus reality. My expectation was, I have a Honda, it shouldn't be doing this. The reality is, it doesn't matter. Those thoughts will not serve you right now, because the more that you say that, the more it puts you in the position and in the energy of, I don't have that, I can't have that, I never have that. And when you are in that energy, only the things that you can't have, that you don't have, that you don't want, and that you worry about can come to you. Because when you're putting that out into the universe goes, well, it doesn't see any other information than it can give you, because you're just in that space, you're in that container. So when you shift out the container and you put it in this is a challenge, or this is something I can productively use, and ask my friends for help. It's very hard to do that nowadays, so it's very important that we say, you know what, this is why I have friends and family. They want to support me. They want to be there for me. So receive the support. The lesson in this tip of expectation versus reality is trust. Because if you really dig underneath expectation versus reality, you get self-trust.